Hey, greetings to the body of the people. This is a man called Chris Dorsey, the Virginia Militia. You're looking at Anastasia Vasakevich. Sorry, I'm not really good at pronouncing these Russian names. This is a woman who has filmed Oleg Deripaska, who is obviously the president of Rusal EN, which is the Russian state-owned aluminum corporation. She has video of Oleg Deripaska and Russian officials. She claims that she had, we've covered this on the Militia Intelligence Report several times. She claims that she has proof of Deripaska and high-ranking Russian government officials engaged in rigging the U.S. elections. Now, obviously, the elections are rigged. Obviously, the Chabad-Lubavitch Russian Jewish mob is involved in rigging the elections. And obviously, Oleg Deripaska is not there's Deripaska and the sex coach. And obviously, and there's Deripaska and the Russian official on his yacht, allegedly. I mean, because we don't know where any of this took place. But one thing is for sure, that it's not the Putin connection, but the Rothschild connection that's important here. Rothschild is over Putin. You see, everything in the media is a misdirection and a cover-up. But what we know is to follow the money, and we've got a bunch of race war psyops too. So we're going to see if we can connect the race war psyop this connection. But instead, we're going to talk about something more important. We're going to talk about Venezuela and the World War III nuclear Armageddon psyop. But as you've noticed, that this Venezuela, unrest is really negatively affecting everything. And they say that the price of oil is going to go down because of this for India and China. But I can tell you this is going to be a big deal. And just the last thing we're going to talk about, because this has to do with Russia and the United States and Venezuela, but Russia and Rosneft have been involved in lawsuits in Delaware involving the Venezuelan state-owned oil corporation because of their $1.4 billion debt that they obviously cannot pay back now. So that is the reason why they're pumping up this World War III propaganda with Russian nuclear bombers very close to the United States, obviously in this hemisphere, and get ready for just pain for all the people in Venezuela, all the people in Russia, all the people in the United States, all over the world, except for the Russian Jewish mob and the cover-up artists, the Vatican, and degenerates like John Bolton. Basically, all government officials, all millionaires and billionaires, all lawyers, anybody who is a corporate official, they're all guilty of treason, and the punishment for treason, according to Article 3, Section 3 of U.S. Constitution, is that it's a capital crime. It's a punishable by death crime. And the big issue here for everyone to know is that the Federal Reserve Bank and the Bank of Russia and the Bank of China and all the central banks of the world are all controlled by the Bank for International Settlements, and they are pulling a big psyop on you. All governments of the world, both of these guys on the screen, all individuals who have any position of authority in any government, corporation, or police force, They're all guilty of treason, and all governments of the world must be abolished, and we must restore the English common law, which in this country is the Constitution for the United States. All else will be a failure, and all else will be a victory for the servants of Satan, the enemies of God, and the enemies of the people. That's just as simple as we can put it. The American people must take over the reins of authority, and when we mean American people, we mean the original meaning of the American people under the Constitution for the United States of America, which we've talked about. We must control the United States, Europe, and all the other governments of the world because no one else has the authority. This is Chris Dorsey of the Virginia Militia signing off. Peace and God bless.